We are going to set up 3-inch by 4-inch rectangles in our sketchbook, either using a ruler or a key, which you can see here. This will be also available in an image at the end. This is 1/4 of an inch, and this on a key is 1 inch. So you're gonna flip your book to your next double spread opening. And this is where we're gonna lay the framework out for some planning of your assignment. So I'm gonna show the key method. If you have a ruler at home and you wanna use that, you're welcome to do so. So using the key, I'm gonna focus on the straight edge, not the jiggly edge. I'm gonna make hash marks and then line up again. So right here, I made a hash mark in this corner and I made a hash mark here at this edge. I'm gonna move the key so that the line I made from the tail end of the key now is where the circle part of the key is, okay? Right, you're gonna come here, make another hash mark. That's 2 inches. Okay, so there's that hash mark meeting my key up to my pencil part, and 3. You need to do this now a couple of times, starting from the perforated edge, which is right here. And the reason that you need to do it several times is that we're gonna take a piece of paper to draw a straight line. So now look for the perforated edge. That's where your first hash mark is gonna go. That's where that round part starts to go into the tail of the key, and you're gonna measure. And this is not perfect, okay? It's pretty close. So keep that in mind. I'm not looking for perfection here because I know that some of us are stuck at home and don't have a ruler. All I have was this little itty bitty tiny thing. So I totally 100% understand, and I'm trying to find ways to help you out. You totally got this. Okay, so once you have, if you can see, I have hash marks all the way down my paper. I'm just gonna use another piece of paper to line up my hash marks. And paper is not the strongest. If you have something stronger, if you wanna, you could even fold up the edge of the paper from the previous page. Actually, that's really good for this vertical line, or this longer line. Okay. So then you have, this should all be 3 inches here. You don't need to write 3, but I'm gonna write 3 inches, okay? And then, let me see here, all right. And then I'm gonna measure using the key again from the edge in. It's okay if we end up having the gutter in the middle. We're just trying to get ourselves ready for that, for our assignment, and having these thumbnails for you to use so that you're aware of your spacing for everything will be really helpful. So just keep that in mind. And then work your way down the page, making your tick marks. Remember, I'm making mine pretty dark so you guys can see them, but they should be really light hash marks. And then that way, they're easier to erase, okay? And then you're gonna come over here, again, using your paper from your sketchbook. You're gonna connect the dots closest to the center. It looks like one of mine maybe got a little off here at the end, but I think that'll be better. Okay, so this here should now be 3 inches all the way down. So our sketchbook should look like that. The next step, we've got to go the other way. So if you ever get confused with a bunch of stuff on your paper right now, erase all of those little marks that are in the middle or on the edges, okay? And it's okay to do this. I do not have the world's best eraser, but if you get confused by extra stuff, then it makes good sense for you to erase it, or at least make it. But your marks should be very tiny, so they should be a lot easier to erase than these marks that I've made, okay? So here we go. So we did this from this way. Now we need to go down because we're going to try to do the vertical end. So let me fold my notebook here. Always move your notebook or your sketchbook around. It helps you look at things from different angles, maybe make things a little less confusing. So here's our 4-inch mark. We moved this 4 times, and it's great. We have another line here, so I would suggest just going along one of the 2 lines you just created. I'm gonna keep going. If you're doing this with a ruler, you're just going to 4 inches. Instead of 4 1-inches, you don't need to do all this extra mapping. What I'll do is I'll do the bottom with a ruler in case someone has a ruler and isn't quite sure how to use it. But I did want to show you guys you can be successful without having a ruler at home at measuring things. You just have to get a little creative sometimes. Okay? So here we are. We're at our roughly 4 inches mark. I'm just going to draw my line across. And then I'm going to use the ruler for the bottom in case somebody has a ruler and is unsure how to use it. So you have numbers here. Some rulers go to the very end. Some rulers, like this one, that's why I made it in purple, start where that purple is, okay? Where the long line is that goes down all the way down next to the number, that is equaling 1 inch. Then there are longer numbers or longer lines here. This would be 1/4, 1/2, and 3/4, okay? I marked 1/4 on here because that's just a measurement I found on the key. So for the bottom half of this sketchbook page, I'm gonna measure 4 on the edge and come up to get my end line. Because of the way my ruler is set up, it makes it a little bit easier for me to count in from the edges instead of go up to the 4. It gives me a little more accurate of a line. And here again, I'm just going to use my paper. To connect a line. Not perfect, but this will get you through having some planning area templates. I would consider, when you're doing this, writing in these spare areas. So all of these large areas that I'm going to highlight in yellow here, but you will not do this part. I'm just trying to show you where there's some spare space. I use all of these areas to take notes. To write to myself like what the topic was I was working on. So this would be a great place to put the date. So I would definitely consider putting the date. I would definitely consider putting the name of the project. And then I would also consider, like, you know, where you were, some kind of key factor, like, oh, I was in block 7, year 2000, you know, whatever. Put any additional information, notes to yourself as you're going through your sketchbook. Sometimes I know I go through and I think things, but if I don't write them down, I don't remember. This is a great way to map out your sketchbook for planning purposes. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to teaching you some workarounds in the future. Take care.